So within the last 30 days, I made $100,000 in revenue just selling 2 vehicles from a dealer-only auction. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll put it right here. You would have seen this entire process firsthand. I sold my 2022 BMW 540 xDrive. Then I also sold my 2021 BMW M4 as well. And while I was driving those vehicles as personal vehicles, daily vehicles on my dealer tag, I went ahead and made money off those vehicles while driving them essentially for free. I kind of got paid to drive those vehicles. And that's the beautiful thing about having your dealer license. You can drive your dream cars while also making money at the same time. I rolled over the money that I sold on those 2 vehicles, and now I'm looking to go ahead and buy a Ram TRX as well to go ahead, just write off, offset of some taxes. It's the right thing when it comes to tax shelter because you get 100% depreciation, yada, yada, yada. But like I said, that $100,000 in revenue, I can go ahead and put it into another vehicle. Sure, all of that wasn't profit. I think my profit was around $10,000 on $100,000 revenue, but I got to drive those vehicles and use them for a purpose. Marketing, sold them on Facebook Marketplace, bought them from the dealer-only auction. Now there's a paper trail. It's $100,000 of capital that I have that I can go invest into another endeavor, whether it's real estate, whether it's more vehicles, whether it's, just trying to make myself better. But I started with only $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and I snowballed my way all the way up to that point right there to have that $100,000 liquid, or be liquid $300,000. Now I don't put all my money into vehicles. Also, go ahead and leave a like on this video and subscribe and turn on bell notifications, because this will push us to the algorithm for more people who are interested in getting their dealer license and changing their life as well. So like I said, go ahead and leave a like on this video. And if you have any questions for me at all, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram right here. I'll probably put it on here a couple times because I know a lot of people have questions. So that's the best way to contact me. And I can go ahead and tell you exact steps and, costs and things like that on getting your dealer license from me. So like I said, go ahead and subscribe. But before I continue this video, if you are interested in getting started with your dealer license and obtaining financial freedom the same way I have, able to drive your dream cars without having a car payment, roll over your money, not have to worry about a physical location or having, a massive car lot, a bunch of overhead, go ahead and comment the word "I'm in" under this video, and then I'll set up a presentation on how you can go ahead and get your dealer license from me, just like my clients right here. I'll put a video testimonial right here.
Yo, quick shout out to my boy Cheese, man, because come May, it'll be a year since I've obtained my dealer's license from him. And since then, I've averaged about 10 cars per month, which might be a little bit to some, might be a lot to some, but either way, it's definitely changed my life, man. And again, it wouldn't have happened without him and his guidance, his availability, because specifically over the past few months, I've had obviously questions and roadblocks that I've run into during this process, and he's always been there ready to assist. So shout out to my boy. Thank you, Cheese. If anyone else is interested in changing their life and selling cars and having their dealership in the comfort of their own home, go ahead and reach out to Thank You, Cheese. Get this show on the road, my man. Best of luck.
So again, it's one of the best decisions I ever made, getting my dealer license, because it's allowed me freedom. I got my dealer license at 19 years old. I had no idea what I was doing, but I realized it would open up so many more doors than it would if I went to school. The amount of people that buy and sell cars that are in the automotive industry is ridiculous. And this just shows you that there's a lot of opportunity in it. That's why you see these mom and pop dealerships never go out of business. That's why you see the small used car dealerships stay on that same exact corner for extremely long time, because there's an ass for every single seat. So I'll go ahead and break down both experiences on selling the car. I sold my 540 xDrive on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody came from New York. They were messaging me for about 3 weeks. That car was posted for a while prior to that. I had the car up for about 3 weeks. The guy ended up pulling up, purchased the vehicle, and he didn't have a problem with it. It was a one owner, very clean vehicle. I'm in my Audi S4 actually, by the way. It's raining outside. I don't really like to drive the Urus in the rain. And then I sold my 2021 BMW M4 Competition. It's a very rare vehicle. There's only 1,000 frozen black M4 Competitions in the country that were made, and I had one of them. So I used that to my leverage. Yeah, the Carfax wasn't the best. It had 4 owners and 1 minor accident. Not a big deal. And then I went ahead and sold it to somebody I know. I made money off that vehicle as well. I'll put the pictures of both the cars right here. But as you can see, these are in people's dream vehicles that I drove on a dealer plate, and I just turned around and sell the vehicle once I was done with it. And that opportunity has never been really available to the public. And now, just for example, even with this Audi S4, I'm in it right now. This is a perfect car for someone you know, to eventually just have and enjoy as well. So if you are interested and you're ready to change your life, you know, you have to be able to take that step to start that business. Cars are like real estate. Everyone needs a vehicle. You know, you need a vehicle to go from point A to point B. That's why when in major cities they have, you know, you start with a bike, then you get on the bus, and then you go to a car. And the whole reason why you're using public transportation is so you could eventually get your own car. And I'm telling you, if you buy a $500 car, I guarantee you'll be able to sell it for $1,000, right? The margins to stay almost the same, you know, no matter how expensive the vehicle is. But, you know, you can make a lot of money buying and selling cars. You don't have to do 2 cars and $100,000 of revenue in 30 days, right? You could do 10 cars at, you know, $4,000 in profit on each vehicle. That's $40,000 in profit. You know what I'm saying? I've done that before. The most money I've ever made in a month buying and selling cars was $40,000. Yeah, it was a lot of work. 10 cars, you know, I had to make sure I fixed them, you know, things like that. But, you know, other than that, it was absolutely worth it. $40,000 in 30 days? That's absolutely insane. So if you're ready to go ahead and get locked in, just like my clients right here on these screenshots, go ahead and let me know. Message me on Instagram if you have any questions. If you're ready to go ahead and get started, I'll put the top link in my bio for the link to go ahead and get started. So lock in with me, change your life, get your dealer plates, come to these dealer-only auctions and start buying and selling cars for profit. It could be a side hustle. It could be a main hustle. Like I said, it's one of the best decisions I've ever made, becoming an independent car dealer.